Okay, so I thought I've recorded. Okay, thank you, Prema, for reminding
Welcome.
me. Okay, so okay, so now if you are here for the reason which you have already mentioned here, NLP for effective communication, wish to know further. Okay, so exactly, you are here for the right reason. Okay, so you can, if you can see out there, so many people, they have miscommunication. We have problems communicating with our family, with our boss, with our subordinate, right? So sometimes we come to a dead end. We don't know what else that we should do. All right. So in this webinar, okay, which lasts only about 1 hour, I try as much as possible to cover as much as I can within this 1 hour. Okay, so that you can use all the methodologies that NLP has to improve our communication. Okay, so you are here for the right reason. Okay. Okay, so these are some of the benefit of NLP. Okay, some of the benefit of NLP. Okay, so NLP can actually realize your potentials. It can also reduce your anxiety. Okay, help you to reduce your phobia. Sometimes people have phobia of a lot of things. So NLP can actually help you reduce that, or even you can recover totally from the phobia. You can improve your career. You can have like work-life balance. Okay, improve communication. All these things, it can be improved by using the NLP methods. Okay. But here in this program, I'm going to focus more on communication. All right, so I don't know, many of you I do not know. So I'm just going to give you a poll because I want to know how many of you are familiar with, hang on, okay, familiar with NLP. So could you respond to this poll? Okay, and I just want to know how many of you are familiar, so that I know what to focus on. All right. Okay, so has everyone okay, so I think I'm just going to give you a bit more time because I can see there are more coming in. Okay, so I can see some of you, or one person is already expert. Okay, and then you have already learned it. Okay, you heard about it but not sure what it is and haven't heard of it at all. Okay, so okay, so this gives me a great relief. Why? Because many of you are not sure what NLP is all about. Okay, so I think you'll benefit the most from our webinar today. Okay, so we have, can you see the result of the poll? Can you see it? Okay, so I'll share with everyone the result. Can you see it? Boleh nampak tak? Oh, cannot see. Oh, share result. Okay. All right. Okay, now can you all see it? The result of the poll? No?
No.
Oh, still no? Alamak. Okay, if possible, could you respond to me whether you
can see it. 49% heard of it, but not sure what it is.
Yes. Okay. So Prema, can you see it?
I can't.
Hey, how come you can't?
It's okay, Salwa, go ahead.
Because you represent some percentage of the participants today. Okay, so let me just read the result of the poll. Okay, so 17% haven't heard of NLP, 49% heard of it but not sure what it is. Okay, 32% have learned it, and 2% is an expert in NLP. So is that you, Khairul? Expert in NLP? All right, so thank you for your for participating in this. Okay. Sekejap ya, let me just close. All right, so what is NLP? Okay, can you write in the text chat what you know about NLP? Okay, welcome Syed, welcome Anita, Nadia, Sheila. Okay, who else? Okay, welcome. All right. Okay, can you write in the text chat what you know about NLP? Right. Body language, winning strategies. Very good. NLP is magic. Yes, it is magic. Using neuron, linguistic, and mind programming. Wow. Okay. Conditioning the brain. Okay. Very good. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you what NLP is about. It's very interesting. Okay. Now let me first tell you where does NLP come from? Okay, so it came from these two gentlemen. Okay, Richard Bandler and John Grinder. Okay, so Richard Bandler he was a student, mathematics and computer science. Okay, and then John Grinder was his professor. Okay, so they team up to study about NLP. Why? Because Richard Bandler, although he was a mathematics student before, but his love of psychology made him change his major. Okay, so later on he changed his major to psychology. That's when he started to study about behavior and then about the the behavior that lead to success. Okay, so that's where the term NLP come from. Okay, so it's actually stand for neuro linguistic programming. Okay, so neuro, it has to do with the brain and the neurological systems, how we process information and experience the world. Okay, and the next is linguistic. Okay, it's about language and information processing by using our 5 senses, instinct and intuition. Okay, and the last one is how we program our mind. Okay, so from the senses that comes to us, okay, and how it is translated into our behavior. Okay, programs us to replace negative behaviors, help us achieve what we want. Okay, so that is what NLP is about and how we can make use of NLP to succeed in our life. Okay, so now how does it work? Assuming that we are in a situation where we have inputs from our senses, our sight, our hearing, our touch, smell, taste, and all that. So that is our external input. Okay, so when it goes into our brain, okay, so it is filtered or translated into the behavior, Okay, so how can it do that? Okay, because if you can, from different people, they have different ways of translating. Okay, they have different filters, as we call it in NLP. Okay, so some of the information is deleted. Okay, and then some of them are distorted and some of them are generalized. All right, so sometimes when you have a certain situation, the same situation, but the interpretation by different people are different. Okay, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? No question. Okay, how does our DNA interact with NLP? Okay, so this one well, it's not to do with DNA so much. It's on our subconscious mind. All right, so it's more on the, excuse me, okay, okay, hang on. All right, so how our mind is how our subconscious mind translate all the inputs. Okay, and from there we have different behaviors from the same input, different people, same input, but the translation of the behavior are all different. Okay. Okay, now for that, I want you all to close your eyes. Okay, just to prove that point. Okay, so everyone, close your eyes. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, and then you tell me what it's all about. Okay, are you all ready? Close your eyes. Wah, Puan Hayati terus tidur. Don't sleep. Just close your eyes. Alright. Mana my story? Okay, so now I'm going to tell you a story. There's somebody who's walking. There's somebody who's walking along a beach. That person is walking alone. Okay. And suddenly somebody stopped this person and offered this person a drink. This person sipped the drink and it actually quenched this person's thirst. Okay, now, can you all open your eyes? Okay, please open your eyes. Right. So are you all, have you all woken up already or you all continue sleeping? Okay, so I have a few questions for you. So can you tell me whether this person is a man or a woman? Oh, you want me to speak a little louder? Is this
Man.
is this loud enough for you? Is this
It's a
clear?
man.
Say again?
Man.
Oh, it's a man. Okay. Encik Rahmat, can you write that in the text chat? You see, there's a few buttons. You're using your phone or your laptop. There's a chat button there. Okay, so please write that in your in the chat button. Write that in your chat. Okay. Right. So Rahmat said it's a man. Okay. Then who said somebody just now? Ilyas said it was a woman. Okay. So the rest of you said that it's a man. Okay. It's a man. Right. Not mention of gender. Myself. Okay. Okay. So imagine it's a young woman. Wow. Okay. Nobody offer a man a drink along a beach. So it's a girl. Wow. Okay. So I know what kind of person you are. Woman, no gender mention. Okay. All right. So some of you said that it's a woman and some of you said that it's a man. All right. Okay. So the next question is, how old is this person? How old is this person? Okay. Can you write down how old is this person? About what age? Okay. About what age? About 20s or in the 30s. Oh, okay. So I haven't seen you. Okay. Okay, about 30s or 40s, mid 20, in the 40s. Wow, okay, right? Okay, so age 40, 50, 35, okay, 30, 40. Oh, it's my husband. What he always do for you, okay. Oh, your husband always buys you a drink. Wow, great. Okay, an old man. Okay, so Rahmat said that it's an old man. Oh, 19, Ilyas. Wow, okay. Imagine it's 30, 40, 60, 6 months Wow, you are so vivid, Rahmat. A young boy about 8. Okay, so my next question is, how does this person feel at that time? How does this person feel at that time? Relax, okay? Happy, right? Relax, calm, okay? Right, thirsty, okay, thank you. Okay. What else? Confused. Okay. Right, what else? Thankful. Okay, let me see. I lost your video. I need to see you all. I don't want to hide. Control.
The view.
How do I see you? I cannot see you now. I lost you all already. Hang
I
on,
think it's the view, Salwa.
Yes.
The view, the gallery and the speaker's view. Just now we tried.
Okay. The view. View. Where is it? I don't know where you are lah. Never mind lah. Just leave me that word. I have to try to speak to things now. Okay. All right. So if you can, okay. So could you respond to me by unmuting yourself? Okay. So because now I lost all your videos. All right. Okay. So now, okay. So my last question is, what did the person drink? So can you write that? What did the person drink?
Mineral water.
Mineral water, okay. How about the rest of orange juice, plain water, orange juice. Okay, what else?
Yeah, plain water, mineral juice, mineral water.
Okay. Okay, you can either write in the chat or you can unmute yourself.
Lime juice.
Say again?
Lime juice.
Lime juice. Okay, Nisha said lime juice. Cocktail, coconut drink. Okay. Can you see from this activity, the input came from me, right? Okay, from me to all of you. Okay, but then from your internal process, your interpretation or your translation of my story are all different. Can you see that or not? Okay, so when I talk about a person, I just say a person. I didn't say it's a man or it's a woman or boy or girl, right? But your interpretation of the story are all different. Okay, and then whether what drink the person is drinking, and how does that person feel, they are all interpreted differently. Can you see that or not? So from the same input, okay, filtered differently, each of your filters are different, okay, and it's translated differently for each one of you. Can you see that? Okay, so this is what I was trying to tell you is about the filter system in our mind. Okay, so if you can understand what I'm saying, can you just give me a thumbs up so that I know that you can understand what I'm trying to say, because this is very important in NLP. All right, so let me try and try again if I can see your faces again. Okay. All right, so can you understand what I'm trying to say? I can see your faces now. Okay, great. I don't know how to speak to a thing. Okay, so now that I can see you, okay, I feel better. All right. Prima, there's somebody at the lobby.
Oh, I have admitted already.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay, so can you understand what I was trying to say about interpretation of the same input and is interpreted differently? Okay, all right. So can you get all that? Click on the participant. Okay, right. So all right. So now, do you have any questions so far? Okay, so this is the next part of NLP that I want you all to understand. Okay, so let's say now we are driving. Okay, give me a destination. Where are you heading? Give me a destination. Somebody, give me a destination where you are heading now.
Police roadblock to the next police roadblock.
Itu belum sampai lagi Rahmat. I will tell you. Okay, so now tell me a destination. Belum sampai roadblock lagi. Okay, can anyone give me a destination? Kesian you all sebab tak boleh balik kampung kan. Nak cakap balik kampung tu pun susah. Tak apa, I just give you a destination, you are all going balik kampung. Alright? Okay, roadblock tu nanti Jad Rahmat. Okay, I will tell you. Alright, so you are going to your kampung. Mana your kampung ni? There. Oh, such a developed kampung. Right? So you are heading to your kampung, you are driving. Okay, so which way are you heading now? You going forward. Okay, LCC. Pergi Genting. Siapa ni? Wah, Christine. You're going to Genting. Yalah. People raya, you're going to Genting. Yalah, because you're not celebrating raya anyway, right? Okay, so go to Genting. Okay, so now you are going. This is your resource that you are using to get to your to get to your destination, which is your car. All right. So and you are moving forward. Right? You are moving forward to moving towards your destination. Right? Okay. Here comes the roadblock, Rahmat. Okay, so there's a roadblock here. Of course, now is MCO, right? So it's MCO. There's a roadblock. So what do? You still need to reach your kampung. So what do? Okay, what do? You still need to reach your kampung, but there's a roadblock there. What should you do? Respond. Use different road. Okay, very good, Ida. You use a different road, right? So the roadblock is your feedback. Okay, so from the feedback, you have to take, then you study your feedback, then you have to take a different route. Okay, so either you go, I don't know, you go through the woods, I don't know, there's a path among the trees, or here or there, or you can even take a detour, right? Or you can even take a helicopter. So whichever, there are so many other choices, okay, for you to reach to your kampung. Okay, why be afraid of roadblock if you are not in the wrong? But if you do not follow the MCO, you are in the wrong. Doctor. Okay, Helly, all right. Okay, so because now it's a new norm, it's a new order, it's a new regulation that we need to follow, right? Because of the current situation, right? So there is new norm. So whatever that we could do before, we cannot do it now. So we have to take that feedback and take a different way, take different route, right? So similarly, when we are in the current situation, okay, in the present state, all right, so we want to reach our goal. Okay, so what do? It's the same thing. We still need to take the same action, not the same action, of course. We still need to take some action for us to achieve our goal, right? Okay, and then if there is anything in between that stop us from achieving our goal, we need to take a detour. Just like you taking your balik kampung, right? So you still need to take a detour. Whatever way, whatever choices that you have to make those choices, right? In order for you to achieve that goal, your desired state. Okay, following me so far? All right. So same thing, because some people, they have like so many excuses. Oh, I cannot do this because I have this. I cannot achieve that because I have that. All right. So this is the thing that NLP addresses, so that you will still achieve your goal. Doesn't matter if there is anything that stop you or hinders you from achieving your whatever that you want. All right. So that is the principle of success in NLP. Okay, so you have to have this kind of mentality for you to get your desired result. You have to have the right attitude. You must respect people. You must have this you have to be curious. You have to be flexible. Okay, and the next one is feedback. Okay, so what's your feedback? What's the feedback that you receive? If it's a positive feedback, okay, go ahead and continue with that. If it's a negative feedback, you need to change your route. Okay, so does it mean that when there's something in between that you need to take a detour, does it mean that you fail? Does it mean that you fail because you need to take a detour? You have to take a different route. No, it's not fail. Okay, so that is one thing that we need to change our mind, that if we have something that stops us from achieving our goal, it's not a failure. Okay, it's just a feedback. Okay, so the next one is the methodology, which we will learn some of them today, right? And this is, if we understand all this, you will achieve your desired result. All right, so this is called the NLP prepositions. What was the name again? Presupposition, preposition, because I teach English sometimes. Sometimes I myself got confused. Presupposition. Presupposition is something like not to say a rule. It can be something that is made up. But by following all these prepositions, you don't have any reason for you to not achieve your goal. Okay, so the map is not the territory. People make the best choice available at any given time. We have all the resources that we need. The meaning of communication is the response we get. Remember just now I said all the input, okay? The meaning of it is different from each person. Remember the story of the man, of the person that I was talking to you about, is different responses. Okay, you cannot not communicate. Even if you don't communicate, that is also a form of communication. Okay, so every behavior has a positive intent in some context. Okay, even if a person smokes. Okay, so for him or for her, that smoking behavior releases stress. Okay, so that is a positive intent. Okay, although maybe for some of us, oh, that's not a very good outcome, right? But for him at that point of time, it's a positive intent. There's no such thing as failure. I've already mentioned that. Mind and body are connected. So that's why when I was talking to you just now, when we think, okay, whatever that's in our mind, that is the form that we are going to translate into behavior. Possible in the world, possible for me. Whatever people can do, we can do it also. Person or element with the most flexibility in the system will have the most influence. So if we are the most flexible person, we will achieve success easier than those who are not flexible. Okay, so these are the propositions that we need to hold on to when we practice NLP. Alright? Apa tu? Compound 1000. Yelah, if you jalan without the permit, right? Oh, negotiate. Okay lah, you negotiate. Yes, mind and body connected. Okay, so mind is Okay, the brain is something that is physical, right? So the mind, everything is in there, right? So influence police. Okay, right. Okay, so now I also want you to look at these two frames. Okay, I've got so little time. Okay, this, can I just go a little bit faster because I only have like so little time here. Okay, so now can you see the difference between these two frame of reference? We have in NLP, we have so many frames. Okay, we have so many frames. We have, I don't know, some of them are positive frames, some of them are a lot of other frames, but I want to focus more on these two frames. Okay, one is called the blame frame and the other one is called the outcome frame. Okay, so can you tell me the difference between these two frames? Okay, right in the text chat. What are the difference between these two frames? Blame frame is attempting to resolve problem situation through questions like what's wrong, why do I have the problem, whose fault is that, what does this problem stop me, how long have I had this problem. Okay, very good. Calvin, it's always you, blame frame. Okay, so Chua said negative versus positive thinking. Very good. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Outcome frame, action to change situation from within. Red, problem focus. Blue, exactly. Okay, so you all got this one right. So blame, attempting to resolve problem situation, whereas the outcome frame, addressing the problem situations through questions like what do I want? What part of me that helps to get to that, to achieve that outcome? Okay, where, when, and with whom do I want it? See, so it addresses the things that can help you achieve the result that you want, not focusing on the problem, but focusing on the outcome. Okay, so in order for us to achieve what we want, we must have the right form of frame for us to to succeed, right? So, okay, this is what I've already mentioned. It involves you reactively moving away from what you don't want. Okay, so it makes you feel vulnerable, okay, powerless, helpless, and all that. Whereas for outcome frame involves proactive moving towards what you want. So it helps you to have that empowerment. All right, okay. All right, so here, if I can have the time, I like to share with you these four methodologies for you to achieve your goal. Okay, so one is called rapport. Okay, rapport building. Okay, the next is using words for intended outcome. Right, the next one is, why does it? Okay, so subtle message in body language, and the last one is manage perception. Okay, so I hope that I can cover all this in another 20 minutes time. All right, so the first one is rapport building. Okay, so rapport is actually one of the most important part of NLP. Why? Because without having rapport, that is actually the cause of most problem that we have. Right? So why? Because we don't have that connection. We don't have that trust. We don't have enough communication. So that's where communication fails. Right? Okay, so here I want to share with you rapport building method which I learned from my PLF Sifu. Okay, Muhammad Rizal Hassan. Okay, so this one I learned from him and I've already got the consent from him to use this. Okay, so the first one is called say out the name and greet. Okay, so in order for us when we meet somebody, okay, you know that person, you meet that person and say out the name. Okay, so the next one is you ask 3 questions. Oh, how are you today? How have you been with the MCO? So what have you been doing at home and all that? Okay, and then let out sincere praise. Okay, so praise that person. Oh, you look well today. You must be you must be well, you must be taking care of yourself well during this time, okay, or whatever praise that you want to give to that person. Okay, the next one is ask relevant questions. Okay, what's the purpose of you meeting that person? You ask the questions, whatever that you need from the person. Okay, and then after that you make way, just ask permission for you to leave. All right, so any question on salam? Okay, let me just go through Mesra. Okay, so the next one, this is when you go and meet the person, all right, and then what you do, whatever that you need to do, okay, then you leave. Okay, then this one is when you are actually meeting the person. Okay, so you make eye contact with them. Because sometimes there are people who look down, sometimes people look, somewhere else, so we don't feel comfortable talking to people who do not make eye contact, right? Of course, there are some people when they talk, they don't make so much eye contact, because that also sometimes we feel that they are not so trustful, whatever. We have this perception, right, when people don't make eye contact, right? So the next one is expression. Okay, so your expression and your intention, they must be aligned. All right, so they must be aligned. Okay, so when we have let's say we say, well, I'm happy, but then I have this sulky face, so it doesn't, they don't align, right? So they must be aligned for us to know that we are trustworthy, that you are honest with ourselves. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture afterwards when the expression and what is said, they are not aligned. So I know to show you a point. So the next one is smile, right? So smile so that people see that you are genuine, right? Okay, next one is reduce distance. So this one maybe not so applicable during this MCO because we need to have this social distancing. So we have to observe that as well, right? But during normal situation, we have to reduce the distance. Okay, I'm sure you all know, when we have depends also on our relationship with the person we are communicating, right? So when we are like a friend, we have certain distance. When we are in a, with a family, the distance will be a little nearer and so on, right? But when we want to build that rapport, we must reduce the distance. And lastly, acknowledging by nodding, right? So that means you understand what the person is talking about. So like Puan Nohayati, so I know that she understands. Okay, so okay, then I feel good. Okay, so in that way, I know that we are building rapport, right, Puan Nohayati? Right. Okay, so the next one is okay, using words. All right, so this one is also a part of rapport building by using words, right? Oh, okay, I forgot to tell you about the rapport building, the salam mesra. Okay, if we want to build that relationship, we use the salam mesra. If we want to break that relationship, not break relationship, break that rapport, because there are certain time when we want to break that rapport. There are times then we need to, we don't have to build that rapport so much. Then we use the opposite way of salam mesra. All right. Okay. Fixed mindset. Okay. Why ask only 3 questions? Okay. So this one is like macam kita mukadimah lah, doktor, kan? So we don't want to ask too many questions because we haven't get to the point yet. So we ask maybe 1 or 2 or 3 questions, because otherwise will be our, what do you call? We spend too much time doing small talk, right? So if possible, we want to get to the point. Okay. So we don't want to ask too many questions, unless if it's like when we ask relevant question, then we can ask as many questions as we need to. But when we want to have that building rapport, when we want to have that small talk, we don't want to focus too much on we don't want to spend too much time there, right? 1 meter, yes, is the closest distance. All right, you're most welcome. All right, so as I said, I'm continue on. using words is also a form of building rapport. Okay, I try to do as fast as possible, but at the same time make you understand, right? Okay, so now there are three types of communication preference, right? So we have visual thinkers, we have auditory thinkers, we have kinesthetic thinkers. The way they what do you call process information are different from each of these people. Okay, so for visuals, they use words or phrases that that have visual context. Okay, I'm going to show you examples afterward. And for auditory, they use auditory context, and for kinesthetic, they use feelings and touch. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example here. Right, so let's say we want to buy a car. Right, we want to buy a car. No, we want to buy a car. Let's say we are the salesperson of car salesperson, right? So let's say we have these three kind of people. So one person say, oh, I really like the car. You cannot really tell whether this person is auditory, visual, or kinesthetic, right? But then if the person says, I can just see myself in the car. So you know that this person is a visual person. So what you do is you have to match your language, your words to suit this visual person, so that it's easier for you to influence the person into buying the car from you. Right? So same thing, if the person says, oh, sounds like it's this is the right car. Okay, so obviously that's an auditory person, and this just feels like the right one. Okay, so can you see the words used there? Okay, that reflect the way they think. Can you see that? I understand what you said. Okay, so that one you cannot really tell. Okay, I see your point. Okay, so that's a visual person. I hear what you are saying, and I'm in touch with what you are saying. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to match your words with the person you are trying that you're speaking to build rapport with them. Okay, so now let's say if you have like a group of people, right? So some of us are trainers, some of us are coaches, okay, and then maybe coaches we don't have that many audience, right? But some of us we have like a large audience. So how do we talk when we have so many people in front of us? So how do we match the thinkers of all the people in front of you? So how do we do that? So the way to do it is we mix the language. Okay, so sometimes we use some of them are visual words. Okay, we can use auditory words. We can also use kinesthetic words, so that everybody will understand what you are saying, because of they can understand because you talk in their wavelength. All right. So is that clear? Because this is also one part of NLP, which is quite important. Okay, thank you for your response. Right. Challenge here is we need to complete this in time. Right. Okay, so now the next part of language I like to highlight is, let's say a person says, okay, I know you don't like me. All right, so this one, so how do we, this one is called meta model, where we want to have clarification, when we want to have, when we want to understand better what this person says. Okay, so what do you do is, how do you know I don't like you? Okay, give me the instance. Give me any instance where you the time when you think that I don't like you. Right. So this is called the language of what do you call? For you to have a better clarification. Okay. So how do we ask questions? Okay, by asking how, what, where, and so on. Who says, according to whom, everybody, because some people like to use, they like to generalize. Everybody doesn't listen to me. Who's everybody? Tell me who. Oh, it's only siapa apa dia cakap? Okay, Chang doesn't listen to me. Only Chang? Anybody else? No, only Chang. So Chang is only one person. Chang is not everybody. So by using this meta model, you can have better clarification. Okay. Okay. So I like to do this, okay. Can you just unmute yourself? Okay, and then tell me, how do we use meta model for us to have better clarification? When somebody says like this, it's bad to be inconsistent. Okay, so who like to try? Can we just use the, can we just unmute? We only have so little time. It's bad to be inconsistent. So what kind of question that we can ask so that we have better clarification?
ada setengah parts in our sistem penilaian.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can hear me now, right? Somebody has just muted me. All right. So now this one is called meta model. All right. So this one, how do we get? How do we clarify the person or ourselves so that this conversation will be clearer? Okay, never mind. I just do the first one. Okay. So the first one. Alamak, dah bagi. Okay, tak apalah. Since we have so little time. Okay, so you ask that person who says that it's bad. According to whom? How do you know that it's bad? Okay, so from there, we can have a better clarification on you have better clarification with the person or with yourself. Okay, now let's look at the second one. She's always shouting at me. She doesn't like me. Okay, so does it always mean that when somebody shouts at you, it means that she doesn't like you or he doesn't like you? Does it 100% mean that way? No, right? So how does her yelling mean that she doesn't like you? Or have you ever shouted at someone that you like? Okay, I do that all the time also. Sometimes I shout at my children, but I love my children, right? I love my children. Even though I shout at them, okay, it doesn't mean that I hate them, right? So I love them so much that make me sometimes shout at them, right? Okay, so the next one, I can't tell him the truth. Okay, so what question can we ask them? I love to ask you to write in the text chat, but we have so little time. So what would happen if you did? What would happen if you didn't? What prevent you? So are you clear? This one, meta model? So please write in the text chat. Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, so we have about 5 more minutes. I have so much to cover. Okay, so the next model is called the Milton model. Right, so now this model is the language of influence. Sometimes people use this language for, to hypnotize you. Right, now sometimes if you can give the salespeople, right? So they want to put their words into your mind. You see, so this is the language that they are using. I know that you are going to get a lot of value out of this program. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fun. You see, can you see that sometimes it's opposite of meta model? This one is putting words in the other person's mind. Because you are breathing. Okay, see the pace of the person speaking has to change a little bit. Because you are breathing in and out, you can relax more deeply now. So you see that. Alright, so because you're attending this program, you're putting yourself head and shoulders above the competition. Alright? Alright, so is this all clear? Meta model and Milton model. Okay, good. Okay, so now, what is the language of influence between the two models that I have shared with you? Which one is the language of influence? Can you tell me? We have two models. One is meta model and the other one is Milton model. So which one? Yes, Milton model. Very good, Nohayati. Okay, and this one, what is the language of clarity? So if you use this one, everything becomes clearer. So this one is which one? Milton or meta model? Okay, so this one is this one. Milton answer. Yeah, okay. So this one, language of clarity is meta model. Okay, so meta model chunks down. Okay, chunks down to specifics, whereas Milton model chunks up to produce vagueness and ambiguities. So chunk down means from ambiguity to more specific, whereas Milton from not to say from specific. Okay, I mean the purpose of Milton model is for you to produce vagueness and ambiguities. The reason is for you to influence or like to hypnotize the person you are talking to, right? So you use all this whenever at the right situation. All right, so the next one is body language. So we send subtle messages in body language. All right, so this one is study by Albert Merabian. Okay, so 7% is only spoken words, 38% is voice, and the last one is body language. So if you can see from this picture, you can tell that you know, he said that he's so excited, but from the face, you can tell that he's not. Right? So, okay, I hope that I can cover the last part. I'm going to skip this one. Okay, so this one, do you know the story of the 6 blind men and an elephant? So each one of them touches the different part of the elephant's body, and they have different perceptions. So one, because when we speak to people, so people have different perception. They are not the same. They don't have the same perception as we do, right? So individually, we don't have that the same way of thinking, right? So so we cannot really blame the other person. Oh, he doesn't that he's like so whatever name that you want to call that person, right? Because why? When we are let's say when we are you know, arguing with somebody, right? So let's say this is the second person. So what you do is you need to take the position of the first person. Okay, the position of the first person is yourself. So you know all the things that make you angry with the other person. All right, so then you have to take the position of the second person. So try to think like the second person. Try to feel like that second person. Try to be in the second person situation. It's like you be in that person's shoes, so that you can understand what that person is going through, what that person is thinking. All right, so the next one is be in the observer position. That's called the third position. And lastly, be in the fourth position, where the fourth position is looking at the whole ecosystem. What does this do to the benefit of the whole world or the whole whatever that is in? Look at the bigger picture. All right, so I think I wish that I can have more time with you, but obviously I don't. Okay, so can you there's not okay. All right, so now I'm sorry that I have so little time explaining this. Okay, but anyway, thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so lastly from me, if you can write your feedback. Okay, so give your feedback by using this link. Okay, you can all take a snapshot of this. All right, so that is the feedback on my presentation. Okay, so the next one is the webinar of the next speakers. Okay, so today, Friday, so we have altogether we have 40 speakers starting from Monday until Saturday. So today is the second last day. You still have more. You still have time to participate in the other speakers talk. Okay, so you look at the webinar there, the link. Okay, snapshot this. All right. So the link is there. You can still continue joining the next speakers. All right, and this is my contact. Okay, so so is it 11 o'clock now? Let me see. So it's already 11:01. All right, so these are all my details. So again, thank you so much. Okay, and please write down, please don't forget to, write your feedback and go to the next webinar. They're very interesting, all right? So there are so many other interesting topics. So, all right, so thank you also for joining me. Okay, so before we leave, anything that you want to ask me? Anything that you have that you want to ask before we end this session? All right, thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so for the Muslims, Selamat Hari Raya, and be safe. Okay, take care of yourself. Don't
Stay
go.
home.
Say again.
Stay home.
Stay home and
Stay
be
safe. Stay home.
Stay home and be safe. Okay, so follow the what the government's regulations. Okay, so as I said, now is the new norm. So follow whatever that is required. Okay, so from there, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.